If tomorrow you're putting on your first trade of Tesla in this whole formation that just put up literally 150 points in the last month and a half, you're doing it wrong, right? Again, this is retail. This is the pigeons in the park literally trying to fight for the last.
Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to Monday edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody had a good day of trading. Kind of let's going back to the weekend video. We talked about the importance of today, Friday. We had this incredible run with technology. Tesla went nuts. Amazon went nuts. Coin went nuts. And then you had slowly but surely a lot of names reclaiming pretty big levels, either the 10-day, the 20-day, or their own 50-day moving average. And we talked about the names. NVIDIA, really strong. AMD broke out last Wednesday, huge move. Again, took out this whole 1118 level, traded today into the 117 level. Look, this thing looks like it wants all-time highs. Start seeing really a good amount of deep near-term out-of-the-money calls. They were coming for the 120s pretty regularly. Amazon non-stop, okay, non-stop. They're continuous for the weekly calls ahead of earnings itself. Big action. Tesla I mean, when you talk about non-stop, Tesla broke out, had a monster day 2 today. They're coming. Forget about the 6-figure bets. They're coming for the 7-figure bets into the weekly expiration. Again, they report Wednesday, $1 million, $2 million. They're coming for the 900s. They're coming for the 920s. And the market is super duper strong. But the most important part macro wise, and I think this is the biggest deal of them all, we reclaim finally the 50-day moving average. Again, sometimes, like I say, sometimes, when I'm doing an update, I always have to think of play devil's advocate, play different scenarios in my head, kind of make sure that everything is covered. But again, not every single day you have the confirmation of a big major moving average. And today we did the 50-day moving average. And just kind of a reference point, what happens after a major moving average gets reclaimed like the 50-day, right? Again, we keep on referencing the May 20 confirmation of the Qs. We went on a 4-month run. And today, again, first close over the 50-day moving average. Again, if you love the ability to understand supply and demand, well, the next supply zone is 35 and 75 and change, and then 77 and change for the Qs before they get really aggressive. And stock prices are reflecting, and again, we'll get to the pivots in a second, super aggressive day 2 today. But the most important part of this close in the 50-day moving average, number one, we have earnings season coming up. Tomorrow, you have Netflix kicking off beta earnings. Wednesday, obviously, you have Tesla, which is going to be a big number, Tesla and IBM. And then the following week, you have the Super Bowl of all earnings, Apples and Schmapples and Microsofts. Again, we'll get to the individual pivots in a second. But the market looks really good. And like I've been saying, some days you don't need to overthink, right? You don't need to go on 400, 500, 1,000 different websites to kind of figure out what's going on. Go through the Nasdaq 100 tonight, okay? You'll see plenty of names, okay, setting up, whether they confirm the 50-day moving average today or they're about to confirm the 50-day moving average tomorrow. But the ETF is going to start mirroring a lot of technology names, and once in a while, you don't need to spend hours and hours of charting. Go through those 100 names, right? You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Again, let me give you guys some names. Square, I really love. We talked about Square yesterday on the video, that 252 level. Not that it gave the biggest trade in the world today, but the point is you have a scenario here that had 2 months worth of consolidation, finally closed above the 252 level. This thing should at least test the 50-day moving average tomorrow, 255, 256. The real trade on this thing starts above the 50 days, so it's not even there yet, and that's kind of my point. Like, I don't want to look at names for tomorrow, like, look, Tesla, gun to my head, look, this thing goes to 900 tomorrow. There's no value left, right? There really isn't, there's no value. If the market opens up lower and traps some shorts on the 60-minute, then of course you want to definitely take Tesla on a bounce, but there is no value. Like, in other words, if tomorrow you're putting on your first trade of Tesla in this whole formation that just put up literally 150 points in the last month and a half, you're doing it wrong, right? Again, this is retail. This is the pigeons in the park literally trying to fight for the last, crumb of the bread that somebody just threw. Yeah, I mean, do I think it's going to 900? Probably won't, right? But the only value in a name like Tesla for tomorrow is buying on the dip. Even a name, for example, like NVIDIA, which I love, right? It broke out on Friday above that, on Thursday above the 213.50. It confirmed today. Do I think it's going to 225.5 tomorrow? I do. Yeah, I do. I think 225, considering how strong the Qs are and how well they close, I do. But again, is your first purchase going to be above today's highs just to squeeze out the last couple of points? Probably not. But the most important part is tonight, forget about the ones who had the big runs, right? I still like them. Amazon, I still think the stock goes to 2,500, 3,500, especially if the market continues to be good. But again, look where the stock has gone from, right? You're talking about a scenario that's just gone from 33.25 to 35.50. You're talking about 225 points in 2 sessions. Again, if you're entering Amazon tomorrow as your first trade, you're doing it wrong. So a lot of names already broke out. You can see here off the 50-day moving average, off the linear regression line. And now our job is to kind of wait for those names that really broke out into rising 60-minute support and start putting our concentration on names that are about to confirm. And let me give you guys some names that look really good. Again, I love Square. I think Square confirms today's channel and reclaims the 50-day moving average. Could get very aggressive. Remember, last week we saw a whole bunch of 255 and 260 near-term confirmation. Look at a name, look at a name like Crocs, right? Look at a name like Crocs. First close today off the 50-day moving average, right? That's the theme. Look at Crocs. Look at a name like Workday. These are all members of the Nasdaq 100. This has been above the 50-day moving average. This is just flagging right now. Again, you're looking for stocks that maybe are not overextended, but have a channel that you can possibly take advantage of. Not every single channel is going to be like a Tesla, going up 150 points, or Amazon putting up a 224, a lot of meat on the bone. And the longer we stay above the 50-day moving average and continue to build, more names are going to start being pulled up one by one. And when they do, then you're going to have a big macro environment. Look at a name, for example, even Dollar Tree has nothing to do with technology. Right? Look at this flag here on Dollar Tree. Remember, either they guided high or something. I don't remember what it was. But look at this channel here. This is a month-long distribution. Again, is this going to be the biggest trade? Of course not. Okay, this isn't NVIDIA. This isn't Tesla. But if it closes above this channel here and confirms the 50-day moving average, it's going to mirror the Nasdaq 100 as well. And even some names like Marvel, a semiconductor name, this thing is ready to go. A name like, for example, Lululemon, right? It's ready to stretch. Thank you. I'll be here all day. So the moral of the story is, guys, don't overthink. Don't overthink tonight. Stocks are finally getting over the 50-day moving average. There are a lot of name, a lot of value, a lot of meals that haven't even been served yet. And the most important part is do your homework tonight. Go through the Nasdaq 100. You'll see they're standing out like sore thumbs. And the most important part is you should have really good value for tomorrow. If we do get a day that we are resting, all these strong names, they got to be bought on rising support because they're going to trap shorts. Again, when you get a 50-day confirmation, and if they do rest the next day, that is prime trapping ability, and over-eager shorts, very aggressive, uneducated shorts will get trapped, mark my words, at the rising wedge. It happens every single time. So let's see if we have a down open. It's a really good value to chop a lot of names. So let's go into today's pivots. Again, a lot of big moves. We talked about a lot of big moves on Friday. Huge moves today. There was an Apple event, and I screwed up this Apple event, and I own it, right? I'm going to own it. if you guys recall, every single Apple event, there's a time right before the event or a time after the event that they slam the stock, right? They absolutely slam the stock. And I was waiting for the slam that never came. So I never, unfortunately, got into this thing. They announced some sort of subscription service to iTunes, I don't know, some earbuds, whatever the hell it was. It never came in. If you're long Apple, great job. I was waiting for the dip that never came. 145 is a big number, needs to build. Unfortunately, I screwed up here, guys. I was waiting for the dip that never came. It took out the whole 145 level, traded right to the 50-day moving average. Apple confirms above the 50 tomorrow. You could have the next leg up. So I screwed that up. Anyway, Amazon, a huge move on Friday from the 33.27 level. It needs to confirm 34.11 for a move into the 35.50s. Here is Amazon. I still like it. I think it goes higher, probably sees 3,500. So it took out the 34.11, traded right to 34.50, which was supply. This thing confirms tomorrow. You're going to have a 3,500 number before the end of the week. So Amazon, nice looking move on Amazon today. Square, we talked about 52, went to 53 and change. Not a big move. But again, the trade hasn't even started yet macro-wise. I still like this thing above today's channel. Goldman Sachs, we covered that on the weekend update. 407.50, 408 needs to build, could confirm, the 50-day, right? Goldman went absolutely bananas, right? Absolutely bananas. Confirmed this whole area here. Went to 416. It still looks like it wants to get into the mid-20s. Really, really big move on Goldman Sachs. NVIDIA, again, just a phenomenal. I still think NVIDIA sees 225 tomorrow. Broke out 213.50 on Thursday. Confirmed 219.50 today, right? Here's the 219.50 today that it confirmed. And stock pretty much closed at the highs around the 223 level. Again, I still think this thing sees 225, 226. They were coming in with really aggressive call buying on NVIDIA. And again, you can see technologies just waking up one by one by one. Microsoft 306 needs to build. Microsoft confirmed a multi-month breakout today. Took out the 306, traded up to 308 and change. I like this thing for higher prices. eBay never got the 36. Crowd went nuts, at least in the morning. Rejected 277 daily supply, needs to build. Here was Crowd, again, another name I believe we talked about on the weekend update. Here is the 77 supply. It got above supply and put up, closed at the high of 286, a $10 move on Crowd. A big move there. Closed at the highs. Here's, here's Amazon, take on the way up. Here is NVIDIA, take on the way up. Again, I wanted to welcome all you guys to our broadcast, for all you guys who are joining us for the first time. Again, here comes NVIDIA. Oh, Facebook. Facebook went absolutely out of its mind. 331 needs to build. They were coming in size buyers, right? Really, really aggressive size buyers for the 335, 340 short-term expiration. Again, here's the point. It didn't take out the 50. It took out the 10, right? These short intermediate channels that if you're not exposed to look at, you'll never find. So here is the 331, got rejected twice and traded right to the next supply zone at 336. Big move on Facebook. So you can see technology was super strong. New highs, 334.70 next supply. Here comes the 334 push. Microsoft pushing, Square new highs, Amazon new highs. So that's it. So you don't have to be very creative tonight, guys. It's technology. It really is technology. There's a lot of names that look like they're about to confirm big macro areas. As sexy as Tesla is and how great that move was for 4 or 5 days, in my opinion, yes, I think it gets to 900, but the better value is in other places. Guys, God bless. Have a great night. And with God's help, I'll see you all tomorrow.